Right, ladies and gentlemen, following on from the piece we've just done with Ed inside the cab, having a look at all the updates on the latest generation Optum AFS Connect tractor. We're now going to have a little look around the outside of the tractor and see what else we can find. So I'm now joined by Ross Macdonald, who's going to talk us through it. So Ross, we'll start logically, we'll start at the front end. So what's new on this latest generation?
I guess the main things that have changed is we've added the hood mount camera option, so that visibility down to the front hitch, so when we're picking up implements or just a weight block, it just makes that a little bit easier for the operator. LED lighting package, so the LED headlights are now in here. It was always an option, this is now a standard on here. In fact, I think we've got 22 LED lights around here.
I love an LED light.
Yeah, about 66,000 lumen, there or thereabouts.
Right, which equates to bright.
Bright.
Chuffing bright.
Night to day. So yeah, you can see here behind us, we've got our windscreen wiper is now in the low mount position, where it was from the roof previously. We've got some new high mount headlights and side lights on there, and also the LED beacons that are on the brake back springs.
So Ross, onto the left hand side of the tractor, what's changed on this side?
The main thing you'll notice is the new aluminium, the new Case IH family style steps that we're now seeing on our Maxim and Puma short and long wheelbase, as well as Magnum. And I guess with the new cabin, we've essentially stretched it, lowered the fenders, and so the door opens wider, making entrance, exit to the cab that much easier. We've also got some egress lighting that brings this up, so early mornings, evenings, it's well lit as we get in and out of the cab. You've obviously had a good look around the cabin inside.
Yeah.
We've got about 7.5% more space in there. Because of the stretch, we've got 11% more glass. So this is obviously adding to the visibility out of the cab, 360. And I guess the other thing to mention, which is the new steering column and the whole new design of the air conditioning system, so the climate control vents behind you around the column. So this machine, actually, this model, will cool down about 35% faster than the previous generation. So constantly monitored by a little solar sensor on top of the steering column there as well. So a very nice place to be, the new Optum AFS Connect.
Clever stuff. You just mentioned the rear mudguards, the fenders. They're all a little bit sort of resculpted.
Resculpted, yeah. I guess from the rear, you notice the difference the most. But this has given us a bit more space underneath the instruction seat. Flip up, we've got a cool box under there, which we can get 2 1.5 litre bottles of water or Iron Brew.
That's it. Depending on where you're from.
Plenty of Mars bars. So.
Iron Brew and Mars bars. What more do you want? So Ross, onto the rear of the tractor. What have you been doing here?
Few changes around here. I guess the main point to touch on is our change in hydraulics. We've got a new supplier, so we've got new decompression levers on here. Colour coordination, which we've always had, but is now related to the LED paddles on the armrest. So hopefully Ed ran you through how you can refigure them.
Absolutely.
To change the fourth to do the first and so on. So we can have up to 8 remote valves, 5 at the rear, 3 mid mounts for the front. And again, with the customization of the multifunction handle and the joystick, we can assign in any order onto them. So especially something like triple moors on the joystick, we can now control the front and the rear off just the one handle.
Yeah, just the one stick.
Which is certainly a big improvement for the operator. We've tidied up some of the electrical connections and sockets, repositioned the isobus socket, so just the angling of the air connections, just little things to make life easier for the operator. And the fenders, we retain our lift switches, PTO switch. We also have the remote valve switch on here. Now this was set to 1 default on previous generations, but now, again, due to the screen, we can set this fender button to control the hydraulic top link or any of the rear remotes, or on the machine that you were on in the field, which had the hydraulic stabilizers. Okay. It can operate that as well. And finally is the constant engine speed, the 2 presets that we can set. So if you were jumping out to load up a slurry tanker, you can set it on preset 1 as tick over perhaps, and preset 2 is 2000. Jump out the cab, connect everything up, start our PTO, and then turn the revs up to the 2000. When it's full, put it down, and there's also the option to stop the engine on there as well.
Right, so you can stop the tractor from the outside as well?
Yep, to complete the 360 of the outside, I guess the significant change around here is the storage for the drawbar and the pickup hook, depending which one's in use. It used to be between the steps on the other side, but with customer feedback, it has now been repositioned down under the exhaust. So you've got storage there for the drawbar, and when that's in use, there's a separate part there for the hook.
Right.
Save it getting thrown in the cab or in the toolbox. And I guess while we're around there, the tyre trend, at the moment, we're seeing a massive take rate at the moment of the IF and the VF tyre, so increased flexion, very increased flexion. So on the Optum model in particular, we can go to group 49, which is 2.15 metres tall, and the 710 75 R42 is probably the most popular one that we're doing at the moment. Running them down to 0.678 bar, so getting a nice big footprint on the ground for that lugging work.
That's it. Perfect. Well, thanks for the little, as you said, the little 360 walk around.
Thank you.